Hey, gorgeous dolls. I'm super excited to show you how I did this look today. I received my Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place. And of course, I had to start off with a good brow. Just browsing. Nothing like a brow to frame the face. If you ain't got good brows, don't leave the house. Okay. And a little bit of concealer underneath the brow bone to highlight and create the shape I want. These are the colors I used from the palette. Started off with a little Zama and Zaz. Zama is like a bright orange, and I use that in the crease. But I use the Zaz as like an all-over base coat. So you can see it's just like a soft beige, almost like concrete. I think it looks like concrete color. So I use that as the base coat, and then a little of the Zama in the crease. So that just smooths everything out, gives you a nice palette to work with, um, creating a base coat for the rest of your colors to pop on top. The lighter color as a base coat always helps. It's almost like using white as a primer, so that all of your other colors will pop. As you can see, I'm moving to the more burnt orange looking color. It's like a burnt brick. It's called Jamata. And that's in the crease using a tapered blender. And you're just stipling that on, getting it where you want it. I always blow my brush before I use it so that I don't have too much product on the brush. So I give myself a little blow, and I'm getting that in a kind of upside down 7 sort of formation. So it goes in the crease and then on the corners, the outer edge, just sweeping it across like in a windshield wiper motion. Then I go to the bright orange they call Zama. Zama, honey. Save the Zama for your mama. Although this ain't your mama's makeover right here. This is a little fun. So this is a little Zama. And I'm going right on top of the Jamata. So right at the outer edge, just kind of like under the color we just used. So I'm using the bright orange just right under the color I just used. And this just adds a little definition, a little more depth to the color. As you can see, our eyes start to pop a little more with every layer. It's basically like layering. You're making a 7-layer cake, honey, on your eyes though. And that color is called Yo Did. Yo Did It. So once I get this yellowish brown color from this beautiful Warrior 2 palette from Juvia's Place, I don't even know what you call this color, but I love it. It's kind of like a skin tone color, like a flesh tone, um, a golden, you know, like almost a golden brown. I love it so much. I feel like there's so many possibilities of what you can do with this shade, which I'm showing you another possibility right now as I'm using it as a highlight under my brow bone. So I love this color so much. You can do tons of different things with it. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. This whole palette is really stunning. For 20 bucks, Juvia's Place has really highly pigmented colors. I can't wait till I have my own colors like this. Like, I love, love, love these earth tones, these strong earth tones that just make you feel powerful. This is the darkest shade called Shawata. I may be butchering these names. I don't even know. Help me out, Juvia's Place. If you hear me butchering the names, I'm sorry. But this is like the darkest color. It's black. I believe it's black. I mean, it looks black, and it is so gorgeous. And I'm just using it to go right on top of everything I've already done, but just right at the edge. I'm keeping it right at the edge, almost like a half triangle. And this is going to frame everything that I've already done. And then I will sweep the excess that's left on my brush just right into the crease. You'll see me do that in a little bit after. So once I get this on the outer edge, I mean, it looks crazy right now, but trust me, it's going to be so pretty. And you see me, I'm sweeping it into the crease, whatever is left on the brush. Just kind of stipling it a little bit further into the crease. So this really, really goes and frames everything that we've already done. And this is a point where if we wanted to, after we did this, if we wanted to go back on top of it and make everything just really, really pop, just depending on what you're doing. If you want to keep it soft, you don't have to do this. But if you wanted to cut the crease by going back in with some concealer and, or a primer on top of the shadows, just to cut the crease, you could do that. But I'm going to leave it soft. Everybody, is doing the cut crease and everything, and I will show you how to do that later, but I'm going to leave this look very soft. I still love really soft makeup. There's still a place for soft makeup. So you'll see how I'm going to smooth all of this out. I'm just going to go back in with the Zazz, which was the first color that we used, and with a big tapered blender brush, I'm going to sweep that right on top of the black that I just used, and also back up into the highlight, just to soften all the edges. This way you don't see where your makeup starts and stops. Then I'll just go in with my concealer underneath to clean it all up and give a nice, more precise edge to my eyeshadow. So you can use your concealer. Use your concealer to give a more finished, polished look to the shadow. As you can see, it's getting more polished. And then I take my sponge and just pat, 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 blend it all out. So that way my edge of my eyeshadow is nice and neat. And plus I get rid of those raccoon eyes. So just using a little beauty blender sponge by Real Techniques. I love their sponge because it has that flat edge, which is really good for cleaning up. Once I've got the underneath my eyes cleaned up, I'm adding a green eyeliner and then some lashes. These lashes and this little hint of green liner is really going to make our look pop. It's just really going to add a nice little touch of wow factor to an otherwise earth tone look. And as you can see, it's coming together nicely. I'm loving it. Added a little bit of black cream eyeliner to wing it on the edge, just right on the edge for a wingtip. And voila, she bangs. She cute or whatever.